Hello. Hello, it's Bastard Billy. The Baku. We're gonna do phase 3, I think? Yeah, phase 3 of Tears of Themis Enduring Light. And I have spaced these streams like once every 2 days, which falls in line with the free gacha poll. So we can start every stream with a free gacha poll. But I kind of I wonder if it's noticeable, but I have changed my my iPad position. So I don't know if it's gonna be okay the way my my face tracking is right now. I don't know. Maybe it's the same thing. I'm looking at my iPad right now. I'm using like VTuber Studio just to get some proper tracking on my face. But anyway, let's do, like last time I did a free poll on Vin. Nothing happened, as usual. So now, on this one. I think I have enough to do a 10 poll, but I don't know. I don't know if I should. I already got what I wanted, it was Artem. See? Nothing. Oh my god. Artem. With the skinny waist. Skinny legend. But yeah. I don't know. Maybe tomorrow I'll take a break. I've been streaming for how many days now? I've been streaming for how many days? Maybe 6 or 7 in a row, kind of. I took a break on one of the days, I guess. But anyway. Oh, I can exchange this, okay. And then once I exchange all of this, I can unlock advanced exchange. I need to save up 12,000 of these just to get the bygone days invite. And then it's like, oh, this. It's fine. What? It's fine. Yeah, so now that we're starting phase 3, there are new questions. I forgot what was the cliffhanger for phase 2, or at least what happened at the start of phase 3. I can't remember. I can't remember. I should rewatch my VODs so I can recap properly. But basically, has there been much development? I can't remember. Since like, let's see, one dude died. Let's see. So, this dude died. Someone murdered him in the hotel that we're taking care of right now. And Madame Liu, which was introduced in phase 2. Madame Liu has connections with Big Boss. I call him Big Boss because I can't read. I can't read names. Madame Liu. I think they're like very close, like romantically, maybe, I don't know. And he entrusted her with a vault under her name in the bank. We don't know what's inside the vault. And then we find out in phase 2 that Boss Yang, I guess a boss or this union thing, he is in connections with Big Boss. And apparently Big Boss, he has his fingers in every pie in this town. So he has connections with Boss Yang, who is in charge of this union thing. He might have connections to a gang, this gang here. And he might be a member of the Mayfly Association, which is an underground association that is basically they're vigilantes, yeah? So the more we find out about this guy, he doesn't seem like a simple charity do-gooder. He seems to have like some secrets. And yeah, at the start of phase 3, all 5 of us are suspects of his murder, even though that the items that connect us to the murder isn't quite I wouldn't call it solid. It's not solid at all, the connection. So very strange what's going on here. Oh, and we find out with this photo half right, this may have belonged to well, Vin knows about this picture, but he doesn't know that we have the other half of this picture here. So it might mean that Vin and Little Boss, Little Boss and Interpreter Richter are from the same not orphanage, like relief hospital when they were kids. But we still haven't figured out his connection with Little Boss. Yeah. So that's something to think about. Oh, and a guest book. So, a guest book. A Lee Hotel guest book for guests to leave them messages. Coded message. The guest book of Lee Hotel contains many secrets, some of which are code words used by fellow Mayfly Association members to communicate with each other. Sus. So, this book was in our possession, locked away in a drawer, which makes us a suspect. A suspect, yeah. Now what the hell is this? I can't remember this. Okay, a big round pearl. That's huge. Look at this little pedestal compared to that pearl. Pearls are supposed to be like really tiny, aren't they? It is clearly worth a lot of money, yeah, I would guess, if it's that huge. It's a crystal ball, more like a crystal ball than a pearl. Anyway, Intel 1, in journalist Pierce's possession. Although it was found in journalist Pierce's luggage, it wasn't something he could afford on his salary. So that makes journalist Pierce suspicious. They also found a bloodied t-shirt or like shirt in his room for some reason. That's so strange. Anyway, let's talk to the TV. You see this? Zengir. I don't know how to pronounce it. Zengir? Stewart. I think, isn't this guy that always like pops up in every Tears of Themis event? Zengir. Huh? Who am I? Where am I? Why am I trapped in this little box? Am I an NPC of in this world? That's what Zengir would say. He's like self-aware. He's like, am I an NPC? I want to be the main character. Is this the sad reality that I have to repeatedly live through? I would be interested if he actually turns out to be a love interest one day. Give him a break. Make him not an NPC anymore. I should fight back. I should go and discover the truths of this world. Huh? What's this mysterious person talking about? Why does that sound so familiar? Wait, that rings a bell. I want to ask you about someone. Who might that be, little boss? His name is I'll just call him Zengir. His name is Zengir. I'm not sure if you know him. Zengir? I don't know him. Aw. Okay. There's no one like that in this town. Oh, alright, never mind then. I bet it is him. I bet it is him. I suppose he's a friend of mine. I thought the two of you might know each other since the two of you speak quite similarly. How exactly does he speak? He says similar things to what you just said. I knew it. I shouldn't have gotten my hopes up. What does that mean? What does that mean? I love you, mysterious person. Why did it shut off again? Okay. I guess... Did I receive a clue from that? Oh, I did. Oh, I maxed out. I maxed him out. Okay, Intel 1 NPC. The mysterious person often rambles on in a tone similar to Zangier Stewart, but the mysterious person claims to not know him. Sure. I believe you. Okay, secret chats. So we can move forward with, oh my gosh, skeletons in the closet's already unlocked. Wow. I guess we can go on. Okay, tell me about your bloody shirt. Why do you have that? That's so weird. Journalist Pierce, there's something I want to talk to you about. What is it? Can you tell me the truth about the bloody shirt? Would you believe me if I told you? Yes. I'm naive, I believe anything. Yes, if you're willing to tell me, I'll definitely believe you. Okay, but you're the only one I'm telling this to. Please, keep it a secret from me. Okay, I promise. The bloody shirt is a keepsake. I knew it. Why would you keep a bloody shirt? It's a keepsake of mine. It's gonna turn into an heirloom for my family. I'm gonna hand it down generation to generation. This bloodied shirt. It has nothing to do with Big Boss. A keepsake? I bet it's his senpai. His senpai's shirt when he died, when he was investigating something. Remember the mentor that taught me everything about being a reporter? See, the shirt belonged to him. ... I was born into a very poor family. Borrowing their words, we were lowly peasants. In a time of instability, poor and powerless people like us get bullied all the time. On top of that, my father was a gambling addict. He was greedy and obsessed with cards. He never really cared for me after I was born. Oh, journalist Pierce. In his eyes, I was probably worth less than a pair of dice on the table. Then one day he died. One day he died. Because of the debt that he owed. What? Oh, someone murdered him because of his debt? And I became an orphan. I'll skip the turmoil that I had to go through. It wasn't until after I grew a little older that I met a kind reporter. He was the one that brought me into the news industry and to this town's news agency. He showed me the ropes. I can tell that the mentor meant a lot to Luke. I thought everything was getting better. I believed that I could slowly start to change things. Little did I know, the inside of the news agency was no different from what I experienced when I was younger. There was no such thing as freedom here. I couldn't change anything. The people with power and authority controlled and covered up everything. Yeah. That's news for you. What do you mean? My mentor, he reported on things he wasn't supposed to. So the head of the agency pulled his editorial and my mentor suffered the consequences of his actions. What happened to him? He died, girl. I think he was assassinated. They said that he got drunk and died of a fall. No way. But everyone knows what happened. He didn't fall. When I found him, there were wounds on the back of his head. The blood from the wound flowed all the way down his shirt. I kept the shirt, not only to remind myself to always be careful, but also to remember him by. Isn't that evidence? Isn't that evidence? Well, they ruled it out as accident, so I guess they're not going to use evidence anymore. They're covering it up, so they probably don't care if he takes like a shirt from the dead body. I didn't think. It's me all the time. I didn't think. Uncle Lee. Little boss, do you miss Boss Lee? Yes, although we still haven't found where he went. But I haven't stopped missing him. I also believe that Uncle Lee will return, but such hopes might just be an empty dream in the end. Having hope is a good thing. Hope fills people's hearts with motivation and courage. Yeah, you're right. Although a lot has happened with the hotel lately, I don't feel sad or defeated at all. Maybe it's this hope of mine that I have to thank. I can tell that Boss Lee was really good to you. He also taught you well. Yeah, although Uncle Lee and I aren't actually related, he's actually someone who's more than just family to me. Huh? Aren't you a... That was loud. Aren't you a distant relative of Boss Lee? No. Oop. Uh-oh. Slipped up. Fine, I'll tell you, but keep it a secret, okay? Okay. I was an orphan. I never had a home until a kind family adopted me. My adoptive parents are friends with Uncle Lee. Uncle Lee doesn't have any children, so he was extra kind to me. Later, my adoptive parents went away to do business, and I left this town with them. Although Uncle Lee and I rarely got to see each other after that, we often wrote to each other and our connection remained. I see. Oh, look at his little happy face. Now that I think about it, if Boss Lee is willing to hand the Lee Hotel over to you, then he must have seen you as a daughter of his own. Yeah, I think so too. Oh, that's cute. Okay, tell me your skeletons. Your skeletons. Pearl and Intel. Journalist Pierce, can you tell me about the pearl? Yeah, that's a huge ass pearl. How did you get it? Let's see. I got a close look at it before, over at Officer Big's place. The bottom of the pearl seems to have the emblem of the Von Hagen Association? What the hell? Why do you have some kind of property from the Von Hagens? Upon hearing your question about the pearl, Luke begins to speak, after pausing for a moment and sighing. Would you believe me if I told you I found it? I don't know about that. I believe some things, but I'm not sure about that. You found it in the hotel lobby? No, I was actually there that afternoon when President Von Hagen and Big Boss had the argument. What? Nani? Marius said that he had an argument with the Big Boss, around 3 p.m. Could it be that journalist Pierce was also... You were in Big Boss's room at the time? Yeah, it was about 3 p.m. You were hiding in a closet? So I got a good look at things. Why were you in the closet? Why were you in the closet? No wonder the clothes in the closet were all over the floor. Someone was hiding there. Luke, what the hell? Wait, no, I clearly remember. When we were in the lobby, you were lying when you said you saw President Von Hagen enter Big Boss's room after the chef had delivered the sweet lotus soup. Yeah, I wanted to scare him a little, but he didn't take the bait. Why would you want to scare him? I can't believe everything at face front value. I have to stay alert. Wait, why are you hiding in the closet? Luke has a forced smile on his face. That's not a smile. To be honest, we reporters have our own channels and sources of information. I knew that Big Boss might be doing business with someone from the Union. Oh, the Union is supposed to be some kind of sus, maybe shady union. So I thought that I might be able to sneak into the room and hide somewhere to get a big scoop. My mentor might have wanted me to do it as well. After all, I didn't back then. Back then? Luke continues, before you can give it more thought. I never thought President Von Hagen would be the one to show up. They exchanged a few words, started arguing. Afterward, President Von Hagen stormed out of the room. Then, someone brought something into the room and got yelled at by Big Boss. Something got brought up? It must be the chef that brought the sweet lotus soup at 3:30 p.m. I heard the sound of wine bottle. You were still in there when it was 3:30? When did you get the chance to escape? Were you... Well, what's going on here? Okay, I heard the sound of a wine bottle being knocked over and someone repeatedly apologizing in the room. Then, why didn't you tell us this before? Big Boss walked in the closet. Oh, this matches up. The wine on the table was knocked over. The wine must have spilled onto Big Boss's clothes. He had to attend a birthday banquet at night, so he had to get a change of clothes. He went to the closet to grab a new set of clothes, but instead he found you. Luke nods. I was admittedly panicking a little at the time, as I was trying to break free from Big Boss. I grabbed something and knocked him out. Should I add like spoiler warning? Should I add a spoiler warning? Hold on. Okay. I hope it updated on Twitch. I had to like get my mouse out of my laptop so I can put it onto my PC where I'm streaming from. Anyway, what the hell? That's a revelation. So you were the one who knocked him out. What? You knocked him out. Could it have been the phonograph on the closet shelf? I remember that. There were bloodstains on it. Luke frowns and nods helplessly. Oh, poor baby. Oh, baby. You didn't have to, like, knock him out like that. I don't know. That's so strange. So I was right about my theory that different people had, had a hand at assaulting Big Boss before he died. But that's, like, kind of comical. Like, the dude, he has like a little argument and someone spilled wine on him, so then he goes and gets changed, and then someone like is hiding in his closet and then he gets his head bonked by a phonograph. That's comical. I want to see that happen actually. Yes, after I knocked him out with a phonograph, I left through the window. What the hell? Of the small bedroom on the other side of the closet. Jesus Christ. No wonder no one wants to say what happened. It might be like really suspicious. When did you leave? I can't remember, but it was soon after. I didn't stay for anything. Afterward, I made up an excuse and returned to the hotel lobby with the crowd. You know how the rest goes, little boss. Yeah. I remember it was 3:30 p.m. when the chef delivered the sweet lotus soup. If he left right after, then it must have been after 3:30 p.m. Everything he just said. I don't understand why you're willing to tell me all of this, Journalist Pierce. It's highly likely that you wouldn't be found out based on a single pearl if you didn't tell me anything. Because I don't want to lie to you. Oh, Luke. And I wanted you to have this. What? Luke takes out a key from his pocket. It looks to be a key to a safe. This is something I grabbed in my panic to escape. The pearl that Officer Biggs found was also something I grabbed in a heart. Why were you grabbing stuff? Why were you grabbing stuff? What the hell? I never expected to grab something so expensive. I wanted to return it, but I didn't want to get myself in trouble. Do you have any other clues? That's about it. I've also seen the files that Officer Biggs got from Consultant Wing. I don't know what the files have to do with Big Boss, but You can't rule out the possibility of him entering Big Boss's room after I left, right? Yeah. It would seem so. If journalist Pierce is telling the truth, then it would make sense to suspect Consultant Wing, but where did Luke get his information? What information network is he working off of? Journalist Pierce, may I ask where you got this information of yours? Okay. You're unable to tell me. You thought he'd refuse, but he just shakes his head and smiles. That's not a smile. I wouldn't have been able to share it with anyone else, but if it's you, then that's a different story. I'm fine with telling you everything. 3 days ago, I received a telegram from the Mayfly Association. That's interesting. So, you also have connections to the Mayfly Association, if that's what it is. The Mayfly Association? But I was told that the Mayfly Association's Telegram network went down after Uncle Lee went missing. What? If so, then the telegram that Luke received might not be it might not be from the Mayfly Association. What the? So, someone's posing as them? What is it? You've got a heavy look on your face. Nothing. I'm not part of this secret association. Seeing that you're not talking, Luke reaches out and waves his hand in front of your face. It's nothing. I'm just confused about something. I need some time to sort it out. Yeah, the case is getting really confusing or complicated. Don't be too hard on yourself. Make sure you get enough rest as well. Thank you, Luke. Yeah, you too. Okay. Consultant Wing, tell me about your secrets, your dreams. Consultant Wing, do you have any dreams of your own? Dreams? Yeah, I'm getting hungry. I need some dreams. Yeah, I know that talking about dreams is a little outlandish in such a chaotic time. But if you have a dream, I would still like to hear it. That's so strange to ask. Don't worry, I don't think it's outlandish. It has just been a while since anyone has asked me something like this. Yeah, people are more concerned about feeding themselves and staying warm. Dreams and aspirations aren't things they'd be thinking about. So, what's your dream, Consultant Wing? My dream is to become a righteous person that is useful to the country. That's a very noble dream. And my wish is for the world to find peace. Aw, Artem. Oh my gosh. Gonna fall in love with you, dude. I'm sure they'll both come true one day. One day. Okay, I didn't learn much for the case. Consultant Wing's curiosity. Little boss, now that you've arrived in this town and taken over the Lee Hotel, does that mean you will be permanently staying here? Why are you suddenly asking me about that? I'm just curious. It's alright if you don't feel comfortable telling me. It's not just that. It's not that. It's just that I haven't decided yet. You haven't decided yet? Yeah, my initial plan was to travel before coming to this town. I wanted to see the world with my own eyes. I thought I would just take over the Lee Hotel for a period of time before handing it back to Uncle Lee. But seeing the situation now, and how this town is doing, I'm going to have to give it some more thought. I see, I understand. Still no information about the case. Okay, secret list of names. Consultant Wing, I read the file that Officer Biggs found. The contents don't seem like something that could be gathered in a short period of time. You must have spent a lot of time investigating the Union, right? Loud noise. Loud noise is happening, sorry. I have. However, Big Boss already had someone gather a portion of the files beforehand. I just added and organized the files based on what he originally had. Artem's posture and gaze looked to be relaxed. It's as if he knew you were going to ask him these questions. So Big Boss was secretly investigating the Union? Was Big Boss investigating the Union for the Mayfly Association? If so, then why didn't the Mayfly Association know about any of this beforehand? You toss the racing thoughts out of your head, focus on Artem, and continue to listen. It is simple. Anyone that does business in this town will be influenced by the Union. Big Boss wanted to expand the Big Boss Trading Company, therefore he needed to avoid conflict with the people from the Union. The file was just to get to know his enemies better. Okay. As a financial consultant of Big Boss Trading, it is natural that he would give me the files, wouldn't you agree? Yeah, but your attention moves from the information on the Union to a list of names. Officer Biggs may not be aware, but after matching it with the list that you have, you are certain that there are more than just the Union members on the list. There are names of a group of secret Mayfly Association members, and there's a small marking next to each of their names. What? Only high-ranking members of the Mayfly Association would know something about like this. Does that mean that Big Boss was the rat? And he may have been a high-ranking member, and he stole documents? What's going on? How did Consultant Wing get his hands on this information? And why is he taking note of it on the roster of the Union members? If only one was marked, it would make sense that he might have made a mistake, but now you have no choice but to believe that Consultant Wing has other plans of his own. You push the list of names in front of him and tap on it with your finger. And where did you get this list of names? You're not going to tell me that Big Boss gave it to you, are you? Also, there are special markings on the names on the back. What special meaning do they hold? Artem glances at the markings on the list and laughs. The truth is, Big Boss gave me the list, yeah. I guessed. I assumed, actually. The people that are marked are hiding in various places in this town. They're part of the Mayfly Association, members that are operating secretly. A chill runs down your spine. You suppress your nervousness and put on a calm and curious expression. Huh? Why would he give you a list like this? Aren't these lists usually top secret? Artem has a complicated look on his face. He frowns and thinks for a moment before speaking. Maybe because Big Boss thinks highly of me and is trying to persuade me to join. Join what? Giving you part of the Mayfly Association list to persuade you to join? That's a ridiculous reason for doing so. I can't think of another reason. Although Artem looks to be calm, you still feel that something's off. However, even if Big Boss wanted you to join, there's no need for him to give you a list like this. All he has to do is show you around the Mayfly Association and make some introductions. Wouldn't that be safer and easier? To be honest, I'm curious as to why he gave me the list. Artem sighs helplessly. He looks to be confused by Big Boss's decision as well. Consultant Wing is a tough nut to crack. I don't think I'll be able to get anything out of him now. Maybe I should just try something else. I don't know what was going on there. To be honest, I don't know what was going on there. If not a teacher. Let's go, Vin. Whoa. If you weren't a teacher, interpreter Richter, what would you rather be doing? I have given it some thought before. I would be a doctor. Isn't that what you are right now, as Vin? A doctor? Why? Well, he's not a doctor, he's like a psychologist or something, if I remember. I once heard a story when I was still in school. Its truthfulness can no longer be validated, but it still had a great impact on me. In the story, there was a doctor who had a great respect for his life, spent his life traveling around, curing and saving anyone who crossed his path. He was a very respectable person. His environment was very similar to the era that we are in now, an era filled with gang conflict and clashes between various forces. Those in power even placed bets on the lives of ordinary people for their own benefits. What the hell? Sigh. It's cruel, no matter how many times you hear it. Profit, power, and wealth. How can these things be more important than human life? True. Preach, girl. Preach. Yes, it is not right to ignore the lives of others. However, the same thing happens in the story. It tells of a gang that wanted to expand its territory and influence, so they hid massive amounts of emergency medicine, planning to blame it on another gang. However, this doctor chose to give his life to retrieve the medicine so that ordinary people can be saved. You want to sacrifice yourself? Is that what you want? You're saying, I want to be a doctor if I wasn't a teacher, so I can sacrifice myself. A single life for countless other lives. What a shame. Yeah. Yes, I thought so too, but later I realized that he was actually a very happy man. Why do you say that? Because throughout his life, he had been fighting for his dreams and beliefs. And at the end of his life's journey, he stumbled upon a soulmate that truly understood his heart. Why is it back to romance again? Soulmate, huh? What's this sudden sense of familiarity when I look at Interpreter Richter? What was that about? Interpreter Richter's inquiry. There is something I would like to talk to you about, little boss. What is it, Interpreter Richter? I want to ask you about your relationship with the relief hospital. You looked very surprised when Officer Biggs mentioned that he found the group photo on me. Almost as if you remembered something. Yeah, he had that group photo. Though it doesn't make him suspicious of anything. I don't know why it makes him a suspect. If there were no connections between you and the relief hospital, you probably would not have acted that way. That's because you have to tell the truth, girl. Fine, I'll tell you. Under one condition, I need you to answer a question of mine first. Please, go ahead. You have half of a group photo from the relief hospital. Did you take that from the relief hospital? Yes, I was an orphan that was taken in by the relief hospital. After I got a little older, I was adopted by a couple from out of town. Vin didn't hesitate to answer my question. Wait, he's an orphan as well? Does that mean Masaka? Bakana? The little boss and Interpreter Richter have both lived in the same relief hospital before? It is your turn now, little boss. Okay, I admit it. The reason I was so surprised is that I also have half of a group photo from the relief hospital. Oh look, he's surprised. I caught him off guard. You are also from the relief hospital? Yeah. Yeah, I was adopted when I got older. My adoptive parents are friends with Uncle Lee. ... I see. You have been very honest with me. I'll keep this a secret for you. Okay. Me too, you don't need to worry. Okay. There's another thing I would like you to know. Ooh, what is it? The children in the photo from back then were all sent to different places. Only a few were successfully adopted like you. Only a few? So what happened to the other kids? Only a few? Is there a hidden meaning behind Vin's words? Don't tell me the ones that weren't adopted became gang members. Or something like that. Okay, secret list of names. What's on your mind, Interpreter Richter? Why do you ask? You look like you've had something on your mind this whole time. Did you think of something? Vin gently chuckles after hearing your words. He looks to be in a better mood. Thank you for your concern, little boss. I am fine. I'm just thinking, did Consultant Wing really collect those files and the list of names by himself? No. No, I don't think so. There is highly sensitive information in those documents, and they do not seem to be accessible to ordinary people. How did Consultant Wing get a hold of them? Highly sensitive? Does he mean the list of names? Your heart skips a beat. You look up at Vin and see the usual faint smile on his face. Calm down. Let's hear Interpreter Richter out first. Interpreter Richter, do you think that it's strange that Consultant Wing would be able to get information on the Union? You toss the question to Vin, hoping to find something new from his perspective. Not only that information, but there is also a list containing names of certain members. Normally, the member list is extremely well hidden. Why would Consultant Wing be able to dig up such a thing? What is his true identity? Yeah, I noticed that Consultant Wing is a little bit sus, like mysterious. At least with Vin, you can kind of maybe think he may be a Mayfly Association member. I don't know. Any of these guys could be a Mayfly Association member in secret. Who knows? Do you not find that to be interesting? Certain members? Looks like he doesn't know who the people on the list are. So you suspect Consultant Wing of being a member of the Union? What? I'm not certain, but it is a possibility. If the theory stands true, then there may be another possibility for the incident. What? If Big Boss is a member of the Mayfly Association, rumor has it that he also is connected to Big Boss Yang. Wrong boss. Then maybe his death is not a backlash from his conflicts with the Union and Yang Jin? Who's the Yang Jin gang? Yang Jin gang. It may be the doings of the Mayfly Association. What? Would they do that? Huh? Big Boss and Boss Yang's connection? Didn't journalist Pierce tell me about that? How did he know? Why, isn't Big Boss a member of the Mayfly Association? Why would they kill one of their own? Vin's theory is extremely bold. You can't help but question him about it. However, he continues as if he knew that you would react this way. Yes, but people change. After all, the Mayfly Association does not share the same interests as the merchants. What? If Big Boss wanted to expand the Big Boss Trading Company, he would want to get rid of the obstacle known as the Mayfly Association, correct? Are you saying that Big Boss is a traitor? Yes. I would have guessed that already. Traitor? Little boss, your choice of wordings is... Don't give me that smug look like, oh, I didn't say that. Why would you say that? I was just saying, like, some facts. I wouldn't say it's a traitor. That's what he's looking like right now. A smile seeps out from Vin's golden eyes. You realize you've chosen the wrong word and try your best to salvage your position. Whoopsie, I slipped again. I'm not very good at being secretive. No, it's because I never thought that someone as great as Big Boss would betray his own companions. People are hard to read. You may be overestimating him, little boss. Oh no. Smile on his face remains, however, a strange, obscured emotion begins to emerge in the depths of his eyes. You gaze into Interpreter Richter's eyes and lapse into thought. Who is he referring to? Is he talking about Big Boss? Or is he referring to Consultant Wing, who collected the information for Big Boss? Strange. Okay, President, Growth Environment. President Von Hagen, I've been curious about something. What is it, little boss? After Big Boss swindled your father and took your family residence away, was your family... Well, we did have to go through a huge downgrade. We moved out of the residence and stuffed ourselves into a small house. My parents were busy with work at the time, but for me, even though living an ordinary life was bland, it wasn't too much to handle. I remember that house had a small garden up front. There are many purple bellflowers around it too. It was beautiful. But, Oh, and there were always people coming to steal flowers, like the little girl. Apparently his little backstory is like he was so depressed when he was a kid. Like, I don't know if his parents already died by the time he was like sulking, sitting down on a, what's called, a street or something. And then like a little girl handed him some purple bellflowers. And that little girl might be Little Boss, the protagonist. I recall seeing them a couple of times. I see. Wait, I remember having a dried bellflower in my suitcase. Could it be that? But if I'm connected to President Von Hagen, what's the story behind that? Strange. President Von Hagen's concern. Do you ever think about leaving this town, little boss? If you'd like to leave, I can arrange for that to happen. Did something happen? Why would you suddenly say something like that? Yeah. Nothing big. Something about you. Why are you concerned about little boss wanting to like push her out of this town? I just think that the conflicts in this town are overly complicated right now. There are too many parties at play. You have an innocent personality, and you're not from this town to begin with. It's best that you don't involve yourself any further. I just realized we're keeping it a secret that we used to grow up in this town, didn't we? I think that's what's going on. It almost sounds like you're worried about me, President Von Hagen. Oh, you noticed? Yes. It's not that well hidden. It's very obvious. Yeah. Thank you for looking out for me, but I'm not going anywhere. Besides, the incident regarding Big Boss hasn't been solved yet. Uncle Lee left the hotel to me. I can't leave just because I'm scared of the possible dangers. Okay, I do understand how you feel. Okay, thanks for understanding. Overdue account. President Von Hagen, how many little secrets do you have actually? None. None. I've never held anything back from you, right? I know about that. Ouch. I can't deny or confirm that because I can't remember. Marius smiles with a relaxed look on his face. I've seen a ledger that Officer Biggs found. There are a ton of records in there, but many of them are accounts receivable from the Big Boss Trading Company? How did you know about that? Don't tell me Big Boss told you himself. He did actually. What? So you're on bad blood. You are at a loss for words. Marius shrugs, unbothered. The people at the Big Boss trading company aren't really that loyal. Wow. That's really bad. Can't imagine having a business like that. What the hell? A little cash here and there, and they start spilling everything. I had no choice but to listen. You sound like it happened accidentally, that you bribed them for information. What the hell? President Von Hagen, stealing company information like that. Don't you think it's a little... Don't be mad, little boss. It's all part of business, right? Besides, I had no choice. If I didn't get a hold of this, I wouldn't have any leverage to persuade Big Boss into giving back my family residence. I can see where you're going with this. I don't know if it's smart, but a bit dangerous maybe. It seems that Marius is reminded of the past. His complex expression is filled with regret, anger, and a hint of scorn. So you went and gathered information of Big Boss Trading Company's debt records so you could negotiate with Big Boss? Yup. Yuppers. I even went after the few that posed great issues for them. Finding out about his mistakes is the only way I'm going to get what I want. Wouldn't you agree? I don't know. Marius pauses while his expression turns to regret. Unfortunately, the first round of negotiations went south. I already told you the specifics. That old man is a really tough cookie. According to President Von Hagen's previous statements, on the afternoon of the incident, you met with Big Boss and had a big argument. In the end, he threw you out. I suppose the ledger kind of makes sense, but what about the letters from the relief hospital? Don't tell me that's also for leverage over Big Boss. There were a few thank you letters addressed to the man we've never met. Yeah, this is what we found out at the start of Phase 3, that Marius had some strange letters from the relief hospital thanking him for like donations or something like that, and it was very strange. Like, why would he have that? They were obviously not written to Big Boss. To be honest, it's more likely that they were meant for President Von Hagen. Those kids wrote them to me. I didn't get a chance to read them, so I kept them with me. But you don't have to show off and tell everyone about everything you've done, right? So true. He gets it. He knows it. Unlike Big Boss, who like flaunts his charity. He gets it. I'm not a great philanthropist who likes to share these things to sweeten my reputation. All I did was donate some money. There's no need to tell the world about it. Oh my god, a true king. He knows it. He knows what to do. Officer Biggs said that President Von Hagen never funded the kids at the relief hospital, but there would be some kind of misunderstanding. I think he donated anonymously. He did it anonymously. So we can't trace who donated. I think he did it. From the look on your face, I'm guessing you don't believe me yet. What's the problem? His delicate choice of words insult Big Boss while elevating himself. However, it is true that what he says makes a lot of sense. You'll have to change the subject to get more information. I actually have another question that I've been meaning to ask. What time was it when you had the argument with Big Boss? Are you sure nothing else happened? I can't remember the specific time, but it was before the chef delivered the sweet lotus soup. So that'll be like 3:30. Before 3:30. I need a drink. Okay, hold on. Blech, my throat is scratchy for some reason. I recall the chef serving something when I was on my way out. I remember, according to Manager Duan, the chef brought the sweet lotus soup to Big Boss at around 3:30 p.m. However, Big Boss and Consultant Wing's conversation ended around 3 p.m. That means... Does that mean Vin was the one who came in and spilt the wine on Big Boss? Because if... I don't know. Or was it Marius that spilt the wine? I don't know. The only window for President Von Hagen and Big Boss to be alone was between 3 and 3:30 p.m. Completing a series of actions while avoiding being discovered and escaping from inside the room in such a short period of time would be difficult. This is really hard. I feel like I'm still missing key information. I think I need to go over everything in detail. Okay. So that's that. Now I can explore the hotel now. Let's see if I can reconstruct something. I can reconstruct this. But that's it. Okay, let's look at the clues. So, new clue about journalist Pierce. Intel 4. Master's bloody shirt. This is so tiny. Journalist Pierce grew up in a poor family. His father was a heavy gambler that was killed for not paying off his debts. And journalist Pierce became an orphan. When he grew up, he met a reporter that led him into the news industry. Journalist Pierce started calling that reporter his master. Sometime later, his master was killed for reporting a story, and journalist Pierce kept his bloody shirt as a warning to himself. Intel 10, accident in quotation marks. Journalist Pierce hid in a closet at 2:30 a.m. Don't you mean p.m.? What the? I think it was supposed to be p.m. because if it was a.m., he would be in there the whole time, but he was supposed to be in the morning. He was supposed to be taking pictures of a charity event that Big Boss held. So I think that's supposed to be 2:30 p.m., not a.m. Anyway, to see what story he could find. In the end, he witnessed a dispute between President Von Hagen and Big Boss. Later, Big Boss saw journalist Pierce when he went to change his clothes, and journalist Pierce knocked him unconscious and fled through an open window. That is very strange, actually. Consultant Wing. Intel 9. Roped in by Big Boss. Big Boss gave in the internal list of members to Consultant Wing. He allowed Consultant Wing to continue with his investigation of the Union, probably in an attempt to recruit him. Interpreter Richter, Intel 3, orphan. Interpreter Richter was also an orphan. Orphan? Taken in by the relief hospital. When he grew up, he was adopted by a foreign couple. Translator Richter has a similar childhood to Little Boss. Next. President Von Hagen. Intel 9. Silent help. President Von Hagen has been silently helping the children of the relief hospital, who have good impression of him and often write him thank you letters. Intel 10. Purple bellflower. President Von Hagen misses the purple bellflowers near the house where he lived as a child. He had seen people try to steal the flower on several occasions. Okay. Boss Lee. Intel 3. Family to Little Boss. Boss Lee and Little Boss are not related by blood, only that Boss Lee would occasionally talk with Little Boss's adopted parents. Since Boss Lee didn't have any children, he cared deeply for Little Boss. When she was 10 years old, she left this town to go abroad, but Boss Lee kept in contact with her. Big Boss. Okay. Intel 19. I think that's 19, yeah. Transaction. According to a Mayfly Association telegram, Big Boss was likely making a deal with people from the Union that day. When's that day, though? I don't know. Okay. Photo off left, which is my photo. My half of the photo. Intel 1. Childhood memories. The children of the relief hospital takes group photos when they leave, which is probably why half the photo is missing. I want to zoom in. I want to see. Wilted flower. Intel 1. Flower thief. President Von Hagen had a beautiful garden full of bellflowers near his ancestral home. When he was young, there was a child who often come play. Okay. What else? Oh. Vin's half of the photo. Intel 1. Same group photo. The half photo in Little Boss's possession matches the half photo in Interpreter Richter's possession, which means they stayed at the relief hospital in the same year. Antique copper key. An antique copper key that journalist Pierce took from Big Boss's room when he left in a hurry appears to be the key to the safe in Big Boss's room. What else? Relief hospital letter. Relief hospital letter written by the children of the relief hospital, all titled to my kind brother who I have not met. Wasn't it to the man that we have not met? Whatever. Intel 1. To President Von Hagen. Despite the Von Hagen family not funding the relief hospital, President Von Hagen would receive letters of gratitude from the children there. Okay. Let's connect some dots here. What did journalist Pierce hide? Oh, I can't do it. I don't think I can do it yet. Whoa, didn't do that. Didn't mean to do that. Let's do some investigations. Here again? Okay. Okay, journalist Pierce, President Von Hagen. Should we take a look at the closet? Yes. You formed a new theory after speaking to Luke and Marius individually. Both of them are here. Maybe talking to them both at once will reveal even more valuable information. Sure, let's talk. Okay, let's chat here. After giving them a summary of what you know, the three of you arrive in front of the closet that Luke said he hid in. Is this where you hid, journalist Pierce? Yes. Oh, it's a really tight space. It's amazing that you were able to stay in here for so long. Marius teases Luke as he observes the marks inside the closet. So according to... yeah, it's PM, not AM. So, according to what you said, you were in the closet since 2:30 PM. That means you heard my argument with Big Boss. Yeah, but I couldn't hear you two very clearly. However, Big Boss was extremely upset after you left and somehow dirtied his clothes. Oh, so he discovered you when he came for a change of clothes. So I guess Marius wasn't the one who tipped the wine, I think. Marius continues to tease him. Luke frowns and looks a little bit upset. Aw, don't tease him. No bullying. Don't bully. Yeah, and I wonder who I have to thank for that. He then looks at the window and scratches his head. It seems like there's something he's unsure of, but he doesn't speak. What time did that happen? President Von Hagen, are you interrogating a suspect? I'm just curious, Journalist Pierce. Why? Are you nervous? Why would I be nervous? I already told her about it. I don't remember it anymore. According to the clues provided by Journalist Pierce, I'm guessing he left after 3:30 p.m. Isn't that shortly after I left? You're pretty quick on your feet, Journalist Pierce. Likewise. Luke throws Marius's words back at him and looks out the window with a heavy expression on his face. The girls are fighting. The girls are fighting, what the hell? Luke and Marius's timelines match, and they can vouch for each other. Luke most likely wouldn't lie about it either. So right now, we can at least conclude that Big Boss was still alive before 3:30 p.m., but the expression on Journalist Pierce's face suggests that there's something wrong. He seems to be avoiding Marius's questions. Oh? What's going on? Okay, there's that. Let's look at the window. It's a little stuffy in here. The doors and the windows are shut tight. Yeah. If we checked when we discovered the body, we checked the windows to make sure they weren't like open or anything to show like someone broke in, and they were locked. So how did Luke escape through the window? Luke, are you lying to me again? The air is stagnant and your thoughts become sluggish. You walk to the window and gently push on it. Alright, the windows are locked. Either Luke lied about escaping through the window, or someone came in and locked the windows to make sure that it's a locked room. Murder. You look at the window latch and move it around left and right, confirming that the window can only be locked from the inside. I remember Luke saying he left through the window. Doesn't that mean that it would be impossible for him to lock it again afterward? Yeah. However, the windows were all locked when we arrived at the crime scene. Yeah, that's what I was saying. That means someone else was here after Luke left. And that person is most likely the murderer. After clearing that up, you feel the fog lifting from your mind. Okay. Let's look at this thing now. You successfully open the other safe with the key Luke gave you. There are quite a few things in this safe. The first to catch your attention is a health examination report. So the relief hospital did a full physical examination on all the kids. Most of the kids are healthy. Your heart instantly sinks upon coming to this conclusion. If these are all healthy kids, then why would they be abandoned at the hospital in the first place? Why were you in that hospital? With that thought in mind, you open a well-organized file to the side. This is the basic information on the kids at the relief hospital. This file contains records of all the information on the kids. It includes their family situation, height, weight, and other details. Signature, Nurse Ge. Nurse Ge? G? I don't know. Each of the reports was handled by Nurse Ge. Little boss, do these remind you of anything? Vin removes some of the invoices from the box and places them in front of you. He then taps his finger on the time entries. The time on these. These invoices are all shipping manifests from Yu Ying here. There are tons of them. What's strange is the invoices don't include the contents or quantities of the shipment. Don't tell me they've been human trafficking these kids. Please don't. Can't be like that, no. It's obvious that they're trying to hide something. Why did my mind go to that place? What? Probably not. It's probably not what's gonna happen. It's not what's gonna happen, right? It's not possible. Maybe the times weren't hidden as well for the purpose of preserving evidence. This is your opportunity for further investigation. These timestamps are identical and correspond to each of the poem entries. What? Okay, so a recap. The poem entries are on a ledger that what's it called? Big Boss wrote in a ledger all these poem entries because he thinks that it will make his mind healthy. And next to the poems were numbers, and those numbers were supposed to be the time that he read those poems to the kids. Now, why are the timestamps identical to the poem entries? And it's shipping. Don't tell me, please. This cannot be. Don't tell me he was. His little ledger was like entries of kids that he shipped out or something like that. What the hell? No, that can't be. No. You never expected the answer to the question you've been mulling over for so long to be right here. But what does these shipping manifests point to anyway? Could it be that these suggest that Big Boss took part in the union's illegal activities? What the hell's going on? You look at Vin, recalling what he said previously. Flashback. Why, isn't Big Boss a member of the Mayfly Association? Why would they kill one of their own? Vin's theory seems bold. I already said this, but like, he said people change. And Mayfly does not share the same interest as the merchants. Yeah. Could it be that these shipping manifests didn't carry cargo, but instead, please don't tell me. Vin frowns as he hands you a stamp. There is no need to rush to conclusions. Take a look at this. This is the official stamp of the relief hospital. If I am not mistaken, Big Boss made this seal illegally. Big Boss, what the hell? I'm gonna punch you in the— oh wait, he's already dead. If he did what I think he did, I'm gonna spit on his grave and piss on it. You take the seal and discover that the pattern on the stamp is a bellflower. It's the logo of the relief hospital. Why bellflower? This keeps popping up. There is still half-dried ink on the seal. It was used not too long ago. Why? What does he want with the relief hospital seal? Profit or power? There are really no other reasons for illegally obtaining someone else's seal. ... An answer forms in your mind, but you are afraid to say it out loud. Big Boss, who everyone knows as a kind and generous person, devoted to philanthropy, is actually just profiting off them? I've been telling you this whole time. That's what he's been doing, girl. Then what role does the relief hospital play in all this? They're complicit to, I don't know if it is actually human trafficking, but they're complicit to his actions. After hearing what you said, Vin organizes the evidence in your hand and begins to speak slowly. I believe that you are the only one who truly knows the answer to that question. Huh? You watch as he turns and leaves. Some things remain confusing, but some have begun to make sense. Seems like I'll have to pay the relief hospital a visit if I want to get to the bottom of this. That's fucked up. If what I think is true is true. You walk to the sofa and get stopped by Manager Duan. Little boss, speak with your mouth, not your hands. What? Manager Duan attempts to reach out and grab you, but is suddenly stopped by someone. Thanks for the save, Vin. Okay. The manager seems to have something to say, but is discouraged by Vin's cold stare. Manager Duan gazes into your eyes. Little boss, what are we going to do? The people from the union have surrounded the hotel and are demanding a response. I'm so scared. Yeah, that's what happened at the start. Or is it at the end of phase 2? But it happened at the start of phase 3 maybe. I don't know, I can't remember. Anyway. You are not even the one they are looking for. What are you so afraid of? As part of the hotel staff, I will naturally be suspected. Wait, affected? You're part of the hotel staff? I thought you had connection. I thought you had connections with Big Boss. What? You're part of the hotel staff all this time? What? What the? I'm assuming too much. I should stop assuming. We have to give them some sort of response. Calm down, Manager Duan. Panicking won't solve the problem. Or is he saying to me as part of the hotel staff? No. Whatever. Sigh. I wonder if this is a bad year for me. First, my boss disappeared. What do you mean part of the hotel staff? What? I don't know. I think that's very strangely written. My boss disappeared? Wait, oh, he's talking about Boss Lee, so he is part of the hotel staff. What? First, my boss disappeared, and now I'm trapped here. He lets out an exaggerated cry of pain and collapses on the sofa. You drama queen, what the hell? While continuing to mutter complaints. Whoever leaked it must still be hiding somewhere, stirring things up. We've already called the police, but they're still outside the hotel without a care in the world. Who could have leaked it? If I find out who it is, You'll definitely what? Vin glares at Manager Duan, and his mouth instantly clamps shut. Although Manager Duan seems to be on the verge of a breakdown, he is right about one thing. Someone in this hotel definitely tipped off the union, but who? I think it's Manager Duan. I don't know, I don't trust that guy for some reason. Unable to help yourself, you glance across the room and everyone in it. As you organize your thoughts, Artem begins to speak and interrupts you. Are you thinking about what Manager Duan said? Artem comes over. He must have heard the ruckus. Yeah. Wait, what he said does make some sense. The union wouldn't have gotten here so quickly if no one tipped them off. And they wouldn't be so bold about it either. Who do you think it might be? Consultant Wing does not continue his analysis, but poses a direct question to you. You're at a loss for words for a while. I don't know, but if there really is someone tipping them off, then things just got a lot more complicated. No matter who it is, let me know if you need help with anything, especially with the hotel, after all. After all? It's nothing. What do you mean? What do you mean it's nothing? Don't just go like, after all, and then ... and then you don't even finish your sentence. Come on. He shakes his head and lets out an indiscernible sigh. Consultant Wings seems to have a special connection to the Lee Hotel. What's going on? And that's the end of that inspection. Okay. Okay, what else did we find out? Nurse G. I guess we'll read it after we talk to the boys. Anything else that opened? Nothing. Whoa. Sorry. Whoops, what am I doing? What is this? Oh, this is the relief hospital, I'm guessing. Let's chat. To journalist. Tell me your skeletons. Suspicious figure. When we were with President Von Hagen in the closet, there was something else you wanted to say, wasn't there? Your expression at the time seemed... I guess I can't hide it from you. Luke lets out an embarrassed laugh. He then speaks after a moment of hesitation. I remembered something, but I wasn't sure if it was related to Big Boss, so I decided not to share it. Can you tell me about it? Well, actually, I think I saw someone enter the room before I went out the window. I was panicking at the time, so I might have been mistaken. You saw someone? Can you recall any details? Luke's words take you by surprise. You quickly pursue the topic. I'm not sure, but I think it might have been Interpreter Richter. Interpreter Richter said that he arrived at the hotel at 5 p.m. So that means he most definitely was in that hotel room after 3:30 p.m. The little liar. That little liar. I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna grab him by the waist and shake him around. Interpreter Richter? How could that be? You remembered clearly that Interpreter Richter said that he arrived at the hotel at 5 p.m. and Luke jumped out of the window after 3:30 p.m. So how could that be possible? Are you sure it was him? Definitely. People can lie, girl. I'm not certain, but my gut tells me that he's not someone to be trusted. I understand you're suggesting that there's a possibility that Interpreter Richter lied about the time he arrived at the hotel. Yes, if Interpreter Richter really did lie, then the biggest reason for him to lie is to hide that he was in the room. And he may have shut the window and locked it. So what was he doing in there? To cover up the fact that he's the murderer. Dun dun dun. Why do you think that he's actually the murderer, girl? However, in this scenario, it is possible for everyone to lie and for anyone to hide things from another. Just as you're about to persuade journalist Pierce not to jump to conclusions, a glint of mischief appears in his eyes. He's also able to find the perfect scapegoat. Oh? Like who? Scapegoat? You immediately understand what Luke means. You mean you. He wants to push the blame onto you. Of course. If he was the person I saw, then he may have seen me too. So he would easily have known that Big Boss was in the room. because you would have no reason to escape through the window otherwise. You finish Luke's sentence and he nods. And something must have happened to Big Boss. Because if he was fine, I wouldn't have been able to get away. And jumping out the window isn't something that one would logically do. Something must have happened. After listening to everything he said, all the following events start to fall into place. He cautiously walks into the room to find Big Boss already knocked out. It's perfect for what he came to do. Afterward, all he needs to do is to make up a random alibi, and he would have absolutely nothing to do with it. And if that doesn't work, he can easily push the blame onto me. Yeah, but how can he explain away how he entered the room and see it? Like, let's say that at 3:30, in this little pretend alibi, at 3:30, Vin, Interpreter Richter, came into the room to see him fleeing from the scene and supposedly murdering Big Boss. If he did see the body, why didn't he report it? That also gives a little bit of suspicion. So that alibi, I don't think that would work. That wouldn't stick. If he pushes the scapegoat onto him. I don't know. I don't know. Who knows? Journalist Pierce's theory does make sense. However, this is all based on the assumption that the person he saw was Interpreter Richter. We're not sure who that person actually was. We're not even sure if there was a person who entered the room at the time. These are all just his one-sided words. What is the truth behind it all? Yeah. Is Interpreter Richter lying and causing someone to take the fall? Or is Journalist Pierce trying to create diversion so he can escape the blame? Yeah. Your thoughts become more entangled. Everything is much more complicated than you expected. Strange. Okay, you. Good evening. Hello. Good evening. I think you missed out on a lot. What is it? I'm at 1:30. Oh, I can't remember. Let's see. One big revelation. No, sorry. Oh, you should have came in earlier. I'm joking. People have stuff to do. But I think as a important recap, phone didn't give me a notif. Oh no. Sorry. But one important detail that we just discovered like a couple minutes ago, that Big Boss may have some dealings with the Union. I'm gonna have you play it all of— no! My voice is already like hurting. But Big Boss may have had some dealings with the Union, and we found two evidence that shows that he has a ledger of shipment manifestos or shipment manifests, and those shipments do not say exactly what they're shipping, like what's inside the container, but what it does have is the date, like the actual time that those shipments went out, and those times matches with the poem book that he has, where he writes down the poems, and then next to the poems is a time, and supposedly though that time is supposed to be when he reads a poem to one of the kids, according to Manager Duan or something like that. So what we may assume, connecting the two dots, Big Boss may actually be shipping children out. I don't know, like he might be like helping the Union, the evil Union, do human trafficking, but we haven't actually said it out loud in the game yet. Relatable? What do you mean? What's with this sus? the Amogus thing. Big Boss has dealings with the union. Now tell me something I don't know. Well, I saw you do it. Well, I was just doing some tests because I was wondering if the chat box would look alright behind, like in front of Artem right there. So I have to too. Okay, sus. Which one is the Amogus? I mean the imposter. Looks very good. Okay. Clean font. Yeah. I forgot which one I chose. Anyway. So after talking to the boys, I'm gonna have to like investigate the relief hospital because apparently Big Boss also stole or like made a counterfeit of the relief hospital stamp. And according to Vin, only a few children from the relief hospital were adopted. So that makes you wonder what happened to the rest of the children. Were the children not adopted? Or did they grow up until they're 18 and then they lived a normal life afterwards? We don't know yet, so... Well, some things you just gotta... Baku the children... What the hell does that mean? What? Baku the children... What? Whatever. Consultant Wing, there's something that I have been wanting to ask you. What connection do you have to our hotel? You've pondered it through and through, but Artem's reaction when he mentioned the Lee Hotel keeps surfacing in your thoughts. Yeah, something about Artem. He seems to be very mysterious right now. On top of that... Oh, and we also found out that journalist Pierce was the... He was hiding inside the closet of Big Boss's hotel room. And he knows... He's like... He knew that President von Hagen was in the room making a fight with Big Boss. And then someone, or maybe Big Boss himself, spilt wine on his clothes. So when President von Hagen left the hotel room, Big Boss went into the closet to change clothes, and then that's when he found journalist Pierce. So they had a little confrontation, and to escape from the confrontation, journalist Pierce bonked Big Boss with a phonograph and then escaped through the window. Now, when you think about it, the windows were locked when we entered the crime scene. So someone must have, someone must have locked the window, but we don't know who. And journalist Pierce seems to suggest that interpreter Richter may have been inside, like entered the room when journalist Pierce escaped the window. But we don't have any evidence or someone to corroborate that that happened. So it's his word against Vin or interpreter Richter. I want to hide inside his faucet too? What? Faucet, closet. Closet, faucet, whatever. On top of that, there's also this reaction toward the Mayfly Association and a list of names that he has. So for some reason, Artem or Consultant Wing has a list of the union members, but also the Mayfly Association members. For some reason, he has those names. Maybe I should take a gamble. We look at Artem, hoping to glean some information for his expression. The Omogacine. I wonder if you can vent. Could you vent? Like find a vent, like emote, or I don't know, character. What are you trying to say? If you want to talk about my connection, he chuckles in slight exasperation. Boss Lee helped me out in the past, so I hope to help you protect the hotel in his absence. You're gonna have to make the emote of you venting. Maybe I will. Is that all? Wait. It's just a little sentiment of mine. I'm sure that's not all. With how much attention he places on the Mayfly Association, there has to be more to it than this. His response was too calm and composed. You have no choice but to try again. I remember now. I've seen your message on the Lee Hotel message booklet, Consultant Wing. I think you said that you like the fish? Oh, you like to fish? And that you wanted to go and fish with Uncle Lee if an opportunity arose. Yes, but it wasn't fishing. It's ice fishing. Have you not heard Boss Lee mention it before? He likes fish? Why would you say that? What the hell? What does that mean? What? Your heart instantly speeds up, beating fiercely within your chest. You said it first. I did not say it first. What? Replay. Clip it. Clip it and tell me. Huh? I don't think so. You can't catch me with that. He knew after all. What did he know? Okay. Wait. The fishing. I'm too lazy. You know your crimes. Okay. Sure thing. I believe you. I believe you are too lazy to clip. I bet there's nothing. I bet you there's nothing. But the fishing thing, that's the hint. Mayfly. Yeah, you do that smiley face. Mayfly Association members, because her complicit, her letter that's addressed to her was about a poem about fishing, right? So he's like, yeah, but it wasn't fishing, it's ice fishing. Have you not heard Boss Lee mention it before? What? So that message that he wrote in the, what is it called? The hotel message book about fishing. It wasn't fishing, it was fish. Amogus again. Yeah, very sus. He's trying to get my information through this fake email. Yes, so he knew. So maybe he is part of the Mayfly Association. You try your best to suppress your emotions and continue with your questions. Yeah, I remember now. Uncle Lee liked to ice fish. He always said that he enjoyed the feeling of fishing by the pond on a freezing winter day. The old man alone on a raft must be alone while fishing in the snow. I don't think he ever read the poem that was addressed to us. Is he trying to do code for us? Is he saying I am a good guy? I am a Mayfly Association member? Shush Baku, let him cook, okay. He looks into your eyes and recites each word that has been ingrained in your mind. It fits. Everything matches up now. You look at Consultant Wing as he continues to smile ever so faintly. Aww. Your racing heart settles. So he really is my companion. Oh my gosh. I don't know, why does that seem kind of romantic? He's my companion in the Mayfly Association. Is this in this complicated case in this giant empty hotel? You're burdened with unspeakable secrets and surrounded by a group of liars with their own secrets. And now, you finally found a companion. You're no longer in this alone. Why are you so thirsty, Baku? We are in the middle of solving. No! Do you not see this simp arrow? And it's Artem, so my number one. Of course I have to thirst. Come on. He sees that you understand what he means and gently nods in response. But I thought your name was Billy. I told you, Simp is my middle name. The truth is still out there. I can't expose my emotions. If Consultant Wing and I are exposed, and everything would have been for nothing. You continue to ask about the case and make a hard segue. So, do you know what the obituary mean? Yeah, you rage. You rage. It means Boss Lee is in trouble. The hotel may be being monitored by the... Who's the Guanxia gang? How many gangs are there? This isn't the big gang. This is... Let me look at this. Let me look. What? It's the Rage? More like Raid. Shadow Legends. I need to get, I need to jump in and get, the Raid Shadow Legends, sponsorship. Get that $300. Everyone is in a gang here. Yeah, I think he means the union. But I guess they mistranslated it as a gang. The Guanji gang. Anyway, whatever. Keep the radio safe at all costs. He gave a clear and immediate answer. It's as if he knew you were going to ask that and prepared for it in advance. Looks like the decoder is really with him. Then that means... Was the obituary for you? Then why did Big Boss? No, it was actually meant for you. Oh. I originally planned on leaving the message and the drawing and the message booklet at the front desk for you, so you would notice the information placed around the hotel. But Big Boss coincidentally took the information I had placed in the files, so the clipping in the letter. Adam pauses, slightly hesitant. Good thing he didn't have the decoder with him and didn't know what the code meant. Even with his position, sending a simple piece of information to the correct person is still quite a task. I understand, but I still have another question. Journalist Pierce said the list of the Mayfly Association names, the one that was found in your room. He saw the exact same list when he entered Big Boss's room. So did you go to Big Boss's room to steal the document? I did get my copy from Big Boss. What Journalist Pierce said are but his own words. Are you saying he's lying? It's not enough to prove anything. Steal his underwear? What, me? I'll try. Steal his or Big Boss's? I don't want to steal Big Boss's underwear. He's like... old. Artem doesn't give... Yes, no. No. I'm not gonna do that. Like, don't tell me to steal it straight off his dead body because that'd be gross. Artem doesn't give a straight answer to your question and returns to his normal serious expression. However, it is true that I've been spying on Big Boss. I won't deny that. And while doing so, I've discovered some pretty unexpected things. Like what? Big Boss and the Union have been secretly working together. We all knew. We all knew this. Come on. You could say that they're accomplices. We knew. We knew. Even I knew, yeah. What? Surprises overtakes you for a second. I'm gonna act like fake surprised. But you quickly find your composure. It's true. There's definitely something shady going on at the relief hospital, and Big Boss is undeniably involved. It would have been hard for Big Boss to pull off everything on his own. It's understandable for there to be outside forces at play as well. But why the Union? And what did they do together? The joy of reuniting with Artem dies off as more and more doubts arise. I don't know, why does that seem so romantic? Reuniting. Like they never knew each other, but they communicated through codes and stuff like that. We're so romantic. What? What? Oh my gosh. If I could blush, I would blush. What the fuck? What? It's romantic. Like, in the middle of everyone who's like lying, he's your constant companion that grounds you in reality. You know? Very romantic. Okay, let's spy codes, not love codes, shaking my head. Come on. He's looking out for me. Okay, this is a relief hospital. Okay. A breeze blows by and a splash of water in the fountain catches your attention. Huh? Isn't that Vin? There is a child next to him who clings close. His gentle smile looks warmer under the sunlight. What are you guys talking about? You walk over to them. The child looks to be a little timid and hides behind Vin. Aw, so cute. Revealing only a pair of big round eyes. Aw. Go play with the others if you are feeling nervous. I'll come find you later, okay? The child nods and runs away quickly. Wow, Interpreter Richter, you're great with that kid. Not at all. We are gonna traffic you. No! No! Oh, we're gonna stop it. We're not gonna participate in it. What the hell? Not at all. I come from the same background as them after all. You and Vin chat as he watches the children play in the distance. There is a heaviness in his eyes. What's on his mind? Okay, what's this? What's wrong, little boy? Unlike the other children, a boy is sitting on a chair with his head down and a blank look on his face. He looks lonely. It's nothing. He quickly wipes his face, but it isn't enough to hide the red in his eyes. Is someone bullying you? You shouldn't be talking to me, miss. What's that? Why is that? You shouldn't talk to me. Nobody believes anything I say. What? You know that's not true. I believe you. You sit next to him and pat his head. Really? Yeah, I'll believe anything you say. I'm naive. I don't. Why would a kid lie? Well, kids do kind of lie, but most of them are truthful, I think. I don't know. Okay. He quickly nods and his eyes fill with determination. Not too long ago, I heard strange noises in the corridors one night when I couldn't sleep. I thought I was hearing things, but the noises continued. I was curious, so I opened the door. Then I saw... The boy hesitates before continuing. I saw someone leave with a big box. Oh my god, what? Don't tell me. No, they... A big box? Yeah, they even opened the box to check on the things inside. Oh, okay. Whew, okay, it's just money. I thought it was like an actual human inside. I saw a ton of money in there. The box was full of money. I've never seen that much money before. Did you see what they look like? It was dark, so I didn't get a good look. But I remember that the man leading them was wearing a white shirt. He looked like the boss. Everyone called him something. President von Hagen? No! Can't be. No, can't be. His description is vague, but someone immediately pops into your mind. What if President von Hagen steals the dirt, like the blood money? Wait, President von Hagen, how could you steal from these kids? It's not President von Hagen, is it? Was it his name that they were calling out? I told my other friends what happened, but none of them would believe me. They all think I'm lying. I'm not lying. I really did see it. I believe you, but you have to promise me one thing. Don't tell anyone else. Like stealing candy from a child. Yeah. The child most likely witnessed the secret behind the relief hospital. He may be in danger if he continues trying to tell others about it. Don't tell anyone about this from now on, alright? If anyone asks, tell them that it was all just a dream. Like stealing children from a child. I was about to say that accidentally. Like stealing children from a child. Like, wait. Like stealing children from a candy. Huh? Why? I'll explain it to you later, but let's just keep it a secret between you and me for now, okay? You won't tell anyone. Whoever keeps the secret the longest wins. What do you think? Are you up for the challenge? Okay. I'm great with secrets. I definitely would. Okay, it's a promise then. This is our secret. Okay, it's a secret. The boy smiles again and runs to the other children. He says something to them and they begin to play together. Ah. I hope this will be enough to protect him. Wait, no! We're within the immersive event facility. Wait, these children are actors. I forgot. I was too immersed. Now they just like, they knocked down the fourth wall right now. None of the actors are supposed to get hurt. Why was I getting too into it? You were such a Baku, yeah. I was like, oh my god. And then I remember, they're all actors. Okay. Whatever the case, I did gather some information. Could President von Hagen really be the person that the child saw that night? Okay, what's this? A group of kids is sitting around the flowers, listening to the oldest in the group tell a story. She's a method actor. Or she had to be bullied. Oh, it was a boy, so... You walk over so you don't disturb them. It is a dark and eerie night. Footsteps suddenly begin to sound in the corridors of the relief hospital. The sound varies in strength, but it never stops. The sound of the footsteps gets closer and closer to Ming. Just as Ming climbs out of bed to open the door handle begins to turn on its own. The frightened children are holding onto each other and trembling. They're drawn to the story but terrified at the same time. It's an adorable sight. Aww. Ming suddenly remembers the legends of the relief hospital and quickly climbs back beneath his blanket. He curls up and stays completely still, not daring to move. The person at the door begins to speak. Bad kids who don't go to sleep will be taken away. Who's a bad kid? The child telling the story suddenly raises her voice as if she's directing the question to the kids in front of her. All the other kids begin to shake their heads in a panic, all claiming to be good kids. It's Billy. Damn right. Damn right. She seems happy with their response and begins to laugh. Of course, I know that you're all good kids because bad kids aren't allowed to come out and play with the others. Is that a hint? As in like bad, quote unquote, bad kids are like stuck inside the hospital? But you have to stay good or you'll end up like Ming. The kids all nod vigorously and follow the oldest child somewhere to play. Is that really just a legend? Is a story with a moral like that something a child is capable of coming up with? It's a immersive live action thing, girl. They wrote it for the kids to read off the script. You enter the relief hospital. Oh, this is where I should have started. Anyway, and see a kind-looking nurse standing off to the side. Hello, how can I help you? Totally not real, yeah. Well, where you briefly introduce yourself and tell her that you're here for a tour. Ah, the little boss of the Lee Hotel. I apologize for our lack of hospitality. I'm Ge. I forgot what Ge was supposed to be about. Anyway, I'm Ge. I run the relief hospital. I know a thing or two about medicine. So the people here call me Nurse Ge. So she's Nurse Ge. I'll just call her Nurse G. Is something wrong? Oh no, not at all. Can you give me a tour of the relief hospital? You try your best to conceal your astonishment and redirect the conversation toward the adoption of children. I don't see too many kids in the relief hospital. Have most of them been adopted? Yes, although the relief hospital tries its best to take care of the children, what they really need is a complete family. Nurse G, yeah. However, we don't just send the kids off with random people. Each of the families that comes to us for adoption are rigorously screened and must go through the full legal procedures. Nurse G answers so fluently, almost as if it's scripted into her mind from how often the question is asked. She is an actress, supposedly. Afterwards, she is still afraid that you don't believe her. You must know Big Boss, right? He's the most generous person in all of this town. Yes, I know him. She brings up Big Boss before you even have to ask, saving you the trouble of having to explain everything. Big Boss is very devoted to the children of the relief hospital. He occasionally comes here to follow up on the adoption procedures. So Big Boss would have known all about the information of the adopters. Yes, I suppose you could say that. You tour the relief hospital with Nurse G as your guide while observing their various facilities. I need a drink, hold on. Nurse Gege? 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 Yeah. Nurse Gege. Nurse Giga Chad. Everyone says that Big Boss donated large sums of money to the relief hospital, but the facilities and the infrastructure here, they don't match up. This doesn't look to be a place with great financial backing, or did all the funds go to helping the children? Suspicious. However, as a financier who frequents the place, Big Boss would have definitely been unhappy with the rundown infrastructure here. It's called money laundering, Billy, duh. Oh my god, is that what it's called? I wouldn't have known. Yeah, yeah. I guess that's what it's called. Stop sending me emojis! Stop it. Even as the sun shines bright, some places are still hidden beneath the shadows and remain out of reach. Strange. Wadabaku. Stop it. Miss, when is Big Uncle Big gonna visit me? Oh my god. We're gonna have to tell this child that he's dead. This is gonna be this child's first time knowing what death is, maybe. Uncle Boss Big. Oh my god. Uncle Boss Big. A child grabs hold of your sleeve. You have no idea how to answer the question coming from such an innocent face. Do you miss Uncle Big? You kneel down, look into her eyes, and pat her on the head. Yeah, Uncle Big is great. I really miss him. He gives me toys, snacks, and even protects me. Protects you? Yeah, bad guys were trying to take me away one night. It was Uncle Big that saved me? What? So it is human trafficking going on. What's... I thought Uncle Big was behind it. What? I mean, Big... Big Boss, not Uncle Big, whatever. Huh? Big Boss. Big Boss saved her, but... You thought Big Boss was involved in shady business with the relief hospital, but hearing what the child just said... Uncle Big... If it's true, then it would mean that your theory is wrong. God damn it. I hate it when I'm wrong. Why are you looking for him? Are the bad guys coming again? Yeah, the bad guys are always around. I'm really scared. When is Uncle Big coming again? He's dead. I'm sorry, I have to say it to you. He's dead. Although children's words aren't always the truth, it at least proves that there's something strange going on in the relief hospital. He got run over. Yeah, and I was the car that ran him over. Even if Big Boss wasn't involved, he was definitely aware of what was going on. Don't tell me Big Boss was actually a good guy. Don't tell me that. No, don't tell me that. Don't worry, the bad guys won't come again, I promise. Really? Yep, you can trust me. Child nods and hugs you gently. You can feel the reliance and trust in her small arms. Excuse me, what are you making? A person dressed as a caregiver, get out of here, is sitting off to the side with a ball of yarn and crochet hook in her hand. Who are you? You briefly introduce yourself, and the caregiver responds with a nod. She relaxes after making sure that you mean the kids no harm. I'm crocheting a bellflower, see? She hands you a finished handmade bellflower with blue petals and pearls on the edge. It looks to be very delicate. Why are you making it with pearls? Aren't pearls like expensive? It's so beautiful. She hands you a finished hand. Yeah, just what I needed, another hand. Are these for the kids? Yes, I make these flowers for them whenever a child is adopted. That's so nice of you. The children must really like it. You think so? If she keeps doing that, how does she get her hands on pearls? I thought they were expensive. Or are they not? I don't know how much pearls are. You think so? Wait, I don't have anything valuable to give them. These little crafts are all I can do in an attempt to leave them with some memories. Why don't I help you? It's alright, but thanks anyways. I think it would be best if I made them myself. She returns to crocheting and doesn't speak again. Okay. What's this? 2 kids are playing house by the bushes. Remember to give them a hand, Billy. No. An argument quickly breaks out. I want to be Big Boss. I want to be Big Boss. Why? You got to be Big Boss You got to be Big Boss last time. I was manager Duan. Okay. I don't get it. Apparently, I just found out in this session, in this stream, Manager Duan is not Big Boss's right-hand man. He's part of the hotel. He's part of the hotel staff. All this time I thought Manager Duan was like part of Big Boss's company. What? Can I get a manager? Yeah, sure. It's not gonna be me though. It's my turn now. I was only Big Boss for a little bit. I gotta make a complaint about Billy. Well, you have to go to Twitch for that. For a little bit before Uncle Boss, Uncle Big showed up. That wasn't enough. Hey kids, what are you arguing about? Who are you? Uncle Boss, Uncle Big, said to never talk to strangers. I'm an acquaintance of his. A white lie isn't a complete lie, right? Really? Yeah, would you like me to have Manager Duan come and prove it? This lady knows Manager Duan too. She probably does know about Uncle Big. The 2 kids mutter for a while before lowering their guard. Seems like you guys both really like Uncle Big. Of course. Grandpa Big? Uncle Big? Grandpa Big? Whatever. Is rich and really nice to us. We all really like him. Big Boss seems to have been really good with children here. Otherwise, the children wouldn't like him so much. Did you already forget? Uncle Big told us not to call him Grandpa. Oh, right. Uncle Big said he isn't that old yet. He's in his 50s. Oh no. And told us to call him Uncle instead. See, you guys seem really close to him. Of course. How about this? I'll play Big Boss, and you can play the president that brings stuff to us. Another President Von Hagen mention. Sure, that way we don't have to play Manager Duan. Nobody likes Manager Duan. Why do they hate Manager Duan so much? But who is this president they're talking about is... You want to ask more questions, but the kids have already run out of sight to continue their game of house. The president that they're talking about, could it be President Von Hagen? Okay, end of inspection. Let's get out of here. Wait. Here. Okay. Should I read or make case reconstruction? So we got this and this. They seem to be ready to go. And these two seem to be ready to go. Okay, hold on. Yeah, I got that. Okay. First, I'm gonna read some clues. Okay. Consultant Wing. Intel 4. Mayfly Association member. Consultant Wing's real identity is a member of the Mayfly Association who kept in contact with Boss Lee. After Boss Lee's disappearance, he started contacting the little boss. Interpreter Richter. Intel 9. Figure. Journalist Pierce claims he saw a figure when he was climbing out the window to escape. That figure was Interpreter Richter. President Von Hagen. It's a little bit loud right now. I think it's alright now. Intel 8. Shadows in the night. A person described someone leaving the relief hospital with a box full of money. The description matches President Von Hagen. Suspicious. President Big Bosh. Okay, Intel 17. Illegal activity. The shipping time. President Boss. Yeah. The shipping time on the shipping list corresponds to the time in the poems. Big Boss was illegally colluding with the Union. Stolen seal. Big Boss stole the official seal of the relief hospital for personal gain. Intel 20. Cares about the children. Big Boss was very concerned about the relief hospital children and would often come to ask about adoptions. He stole the official... Yeah, that's what happened. He stole the official Bosch, so he could become Big Boss. Nurse Ge. Oh my god, that's so tiny. Intel 1. Person responsible for the relief hospital. Nurse Ge is the person responsible for the relief hospital. She has the necessary medical knowledge and will conduct physical examinations for every child who comes to the relief hospital. Her words reveal that Big Boss was very concerned about the children's physical condition and adoption status. Would you say he's concerned for their health or concerned for if they're good enough to be human trafficked? Maybe. It seems Nurse Ge provided Big Boss with the examination information. Strange. Let's see. Weird obituary. Intel 3. Warning. A coded message that Consultant Wing left for Little Boss. It reads, Boss Lee is in trouble. The Union. He called it the gang. The union may be monitoring the hotel. Must keep station safe. Okay. Next one. The doodle paper. Intel 2 hint cipher. The scribbles in the letter and obituary were supposed to be messages for Little Boss from Consultant Wing. However, after Consultant Wing left it at the reception, they were taken away by Big Boss. Therefore, the messages were not delivered to Little Boss. Ledger. This is the ledger with transcribed poems. Recorded time. The shipping time on the shipping list that Big Boss kept in his safe corresponds to the time in the poems. Whatever that means. Guest book. Consultant Wing's message. A message left in the guest book by Consultant Wing suggesting that he is also a member of the Mayfly Association. Relief Hospital. Departed children. Although there was a specialized medical staff in the relief hospital, the children don't seem particularly well cared for. So confusing, yeah. We'll get to the bottom of this. Maybe next stream. I'm gonna like complete phase 3. I think phase 4 opens now, maybe. Some of the children are removed from the hospital after some time, while others appear to be adopted or go to school elsewhere. This is suspicious, this hospital. Mayfly Association. Dead drop. Code words were written regularly in the Lee Hotel guest book so that members could communicate. So that's why we kept the guest book safe. Bellflower seal. Seal pattern. The seal pattern is a bellflower representing the relief hospital. Frequent use. The seal is stained with red ink, which indicates it is frequently used. Oh wait, I can zoom in. Oh, that's a very cute stamp. I like it. Nice. Okay, hand-woven flower. A farewell souvenir. A hand-woven flower is... Wait, that's a lot of pearls. If that's the pearls, that's a lot. As a farewell souvenir to the children who leave the relief hospital. Shipping list. A record of goods transported by Big Boss's trading company through the pier. Which details the company's foreign transaction information in recent years. Staggering amount. The number of shipping lists at this pier is staggering. Strange. Relief Hospital Investigation Report. The physical examination reports and health status files of the children in the Relief Hospital signed by Nurse Ge. Signed report. The report signed by Nurse Ge showed that most of the children admitted to the relief hospital were healthy. So why did they need to be in hospital? Oh, my stomach is growling. Except for a small number of children with congenital defects. The less intense RP session. Intel 2, stored in private. These reports were placed inside Big Boss's safe. And that's about it for now. Okay. Let's do some case reconstruction on this. So, what is the true meaning of the poems written by the deceased? This, the ledger, and the shipping list. Let's find out. Is it really about human trafficking? I hope not. The shipment time on the shipping list matches the poems, which means they are the times of illegal transactions. They say illegal transactions, but I don't know what... Are they trying to like dance around the fact that it might be human trafficking, or is it just something else? I don't know, maybe I'm trying to push the human trafficking angle too much. What was the deceased's involvement in the insider trading? Let's see. The hospital, the Bellflower, and Big Boss. The deceased appeared concerned about the children, but he used his power for personal gain, which was most likely carrying out illegal transactions, whatever that means. So let's do a final deduction of that. So the children could have a better life. The deceased wanted to send children overseas for a better life. What a charitable man. Bullshit. You don't just send kids over in shipments overseas and go, wow, he's giving them a better life overseas. I don't... Bullshit. I'm gonna... What a charitable... You don't? No? Okay. Big Boss's two-faced tactics. The deceased was greedy and betrayed the Mayfly Association to engage in illegal transactions with the Union. That seems... There's an ant on me. Get out of here. Okay, ant, get... Oh, I don't want to swat you. Go. Oh, okay, there. Gonna come back to me. Whatever. Then where have the children I've sent gone to? What? I'm gonna have to end stream so I can report you for illegal trafficking. I mean, trafficking is illegal, but like, I'm gonna have to report you. To cultivate poets. Yeah, you're in the slammer now. The deceased loved poems and wanted to cultivate. This is bullshit. These two are like so bullshit. But this one's true. No, miss. It was legal. What the hell? That's so strange. So, what did journalist Pierce hide? What did he hide? Is he trying to... Let me do shipping list? No. No, I think it's this. Because these three were involved in a scuffle. When hiding in a closet, journalist Pierce witnessed an altercation with President von Hagen and the deceased. So that's that. Oh, I have another one. Does Consultant Wing have a hidden identity? Yes. The Consultant Wing, guest book, obituary. Consultant Wing was able to answer the Mayfly Association's secret code and Little Boss's code name, which means he is also a member of the Mayfly Association. What's my code name? I don't know. So you have two more. Why was Interpreter Richter behaving strangely? And what is President von Hagen's relationship with the relief hospital? Little Bosch. Yeah. I don't know if Little Boss is actually her code name because everyone calls her Little Boss. Okay, tell me your skeletons. Childhood memories. What's wrong, Interpreter Richter? You haven't been yourself since the visit to the relief hospital. Did something happen? He unexpectedly remained silent for a while. Before speaking again, he seems hesitant. Little Boss, what is your impression of the relief hospital? I think it's messed up. The hospital's messed up. You don't know why, but there is a look of anticipation on Vin's face. It really didn't make much of an impression on me. However, I feel like there's something strange about the relief hospital after visiting. The kids there all wear brand new clothes, but they aren't even the right size. Plus, I also toured the facilities and saw that they're really old. It doesn't look like a relief hospital that receives frequent donations. Vin chuckles as if having just thought of something funny. Even if that is the case, it is still better than it was before. Even if the clothes do not fit, at least they have new clothes to wear. Did you notice how much the children cherished the clothes that they had? Better than before? Do you forget, little boss? The children that were here before had it much worse. All they had were patched and repaired clothes. They did not even know if they would be in... They did not even know if there would be a next meal, living in constant fear. Jesus. I recall that the relief hospital would give out supplies to the kids. Of course, but do you know how much of it actually made it to the kids? His golden eyes glimmer with slight resignation and regret. Whether it be donations or government aid, after it goes through the countless people that skim a little for themselves, there is barely anything left for the kids. What the hell? Whoa. What the hell? ... But did no one notice anything after all these years? Did no one realize how the kids were living? It is not hard to keep it a secret. Today, for example, you could have chosen to go there in disguise and simply bribed them. What's with the cat? The cat sunglasses. Very sad. Yeah. Anyway, it is questionable how many people there are in this town who genuinely want to help the relief hospital. Most of them are just people that believe they are above it all, looking down on and pitying the less fortunate, and through it, they reap the self-satisfaction of helping others. Hiding my tears under the sunglasses, no. But that's messed up what Vin is saying right now. People reap self-satisfaction of helping others. Like what? They donate the money, and then as the money trickles down to the kids, people take that money. Basically what you said before, money laundering. And then only a single drop goes to the kids. That's messed up. Interpreter Richter. You gently call out to him, but he have no idea how to soothe his current emotions. So, I came to understand something a long time ago, to never rely on anyone. Me too. Samesies, we're like besties, we have the same realization. Only when you are strong enough will you be able to protect yourself and others. So true. So true. Even though that it's messed up to think like that, that's so true. Else you are nothing but a lamb on the chopping board, unable to protect even yourself. Vin seems to have reinforced his beliefs even further. You can rely on me, little big uncle, aunt, boss. Okay. Okay, Shadows of the Past. President Von Hagen, are you the man in the white shirt that child said he saw at the relief hospital that night? What do you think, little boss? He doesn't directly respond to your question, and instead turns it back on you. You're familiar with President Von Hagen's slippery personality now. You refuse to play along. I don't really care. One way or another, what's important is what you think. After a brief moment of silence, President Von Hagen nods without hesitation. Yes, it was me that visited the relief hospital that night. What was the reason for the visit? You were dragging money out of the hospital, what the hell? Unless that was like Monopoly money. Were you getting rid of the Monopoly money? Well, how should I put it? I wasn't thinking straight. What? Back then, the association was newly founded and in need of money. I went to the union for funding. I had to do some unspeakable things. Dude, what the hell? The union again. The people from the union told me that they'd assembled a transport channel near the relief hospital. What? Lots of people dies. Yeah, people die when they're killed. All I had to do was move the stuff out and we'd be paid a hefty commission. So, oh my god. He did some bad stuff. So you agreed? Marius smiles and nods. I was just thinking that dirty money is money nonetheless. Oh my gosh. Having money is better than the alternative. He did an art commission. He would. He would. I thought it would just be some illegal trading. I didn't think. After several runs, I started noticing that the midnight business wasn't just dirty, it was despicable. I got out of it afterward, and haven't spoken to the people from the union ever since. You don't ask. Well, I won't I won't utter a word about the money and whatever is being sold. Some things are better left unknown, wouldn't you agree, little boss? Yeah. You remember the countless thank you letters Officer Biggs found found from President von Hagen's room, the place, whatever. Add that to his attitude right now and you can't help but form new theories and connect some dots. So basically he's giving back the money that he stole, right? From the hospital. President von Hagen, are your donations to the children of the relief hospital a way of atoning for your crimes? ... The varying emotions of regret, self-mockery, and even hatred behind Marius's eyes betray him. No, I just want to help the kids, bullshit. There's no need to talk about the rest. As for the others, they will pay for what they did one day. Dun dun dun. So the reason for President von Hagen's willingness to help the relief hospital is clear now, but Big Boss has been proactive in participating in all kinds of charity as well. The purpose of all his work seems to be for the benefit of the relief hospital. What's the reason behind that? Is it really just as I assumed at first, that he's doing it out of the kindness of his heart? Or could it be that he was also part of it? Duh. The mere thought of some things can chill a person to the core. Now that you think about it, the kind and generous, wealthy merchant has been behaving questionably for a long time. But for how long, actually? And we're achieving a lot of achievos right now, gamers. Let's go back. I want to see. Yeah, I think we're almost at the end of phase 3. Okay, let's do some. You are the puggiest achiever. Damn right I am. So, new intel achieved. Intel 10, Obsession. It seems Interpreter Richter had a bad childhood related to the relief hospital. As such, he has formed an obsession in his heart to pursue power. President von Hagen. Tainted with sin. Now that goes hard. Tainted with sin. Soon after its establishment, the business association was in need of money. To secure funds, President von Hagen knew how shady the union was, yet he still agreed to help them deliver goods near the relief hospital. Later, President von Hagen realized that he participated in an evil scheme and stopped immediately. What else is there? My voice is going. The union. Illegal transaction. The union members embezzled whatever donations were made to the children of a relief hospital. They even built a secret tunnel, what the hell, near the hospital to carry out illegal transactions. Oh, so it wasn't... Okay, now I get what it means by illegal transactions. They were stealing money. They weren't stealing kids, I think. I hope. I hope. Okay. Why was Interpreter Richter behaving strangely? Stack of photographs. What's this? I guess just put him there. They were stealing money and then buying children with it. What? Okay. Interpreter Richter has some kind of obsession in his heart and was seen suspiciously entering the room of the deceased. Do you think he actually did it? Like he actually killed Big Boss? Could be. What is President Von Hagen's relationship with the hospital? Just put him. That's easy. A child witnessed President Von Hagen dragging around boxes at the relief hospital. President Von Hagen had past dealings with the union. Now this. Start my final deduction. Consultant Wing's status is high. Consultant Wing, a member of the Mayfly Association, infiltrated Big Boss's company, which means he was probably highly ranked in the Mayfly Association, I guess? Interpreter Richter wanted to replace him. What? Interpreter Richter has long wanted to take over the deceased's position and took advantage of this opportunity and to make his... Everyone has ulterior motives, duh. This one. Every person who attended the birthday banquet had ulterior motives. It's not as simple as it appears. Let's just do this. And verify. We did it, gamers. Wait. Stop, mysterious person. There's no need for formalities. Let's just get on with it. Nice. I like that. Let's get started then. Oh. It's time to do my test. My exam. Let's see. Empathy defeats intuition. Great work. Yeah. Now we have to beat him. This will take a while. I'm gonna take a drink. Okay, that's done. I'm starting to suspect that me beating you every time is all part of the script. I don't think that's something you need to worry about, little boss. Maybe it has nothing to do with the script. Perhaps he is simply weak. Oh shit. Why did you do that to him? I think so too. Oh, you too? He's right there. ... Hey, what's your tone? I'm easygoing, but I can still get angry, you know? Look at him. So rude, yeah. So rude, but look at him. He looks fine. He looks so fine when he's angry. I'm joking. Look, he's shaking. Well, the scores are clear as day. We were all there when it happened. Why don't you try winning the next one to prove yourself? No, stop beating him up. He's already dead, dude. Right now, the most important task should be to summarize the case. Yeah, we won, so we should get on with it. Oh my gosh. Fine, fine. You can't argue with so many people at once. You have my work ethic to thank. I refuse to argue with a bunch of you. Ahem. Everyone, listen up. Through your investigations, this is the current summary of the case. Many suspicious elements of Big Boss's death have surfaced. Everyone here has some kind of connection to Big Boss. However, it is possible that someone has lied, someone has covered something up, and it is even possible that someone has secretly done something without anyone knowing. Ooh. What? Huh? Hey, be careful with what you say. Are you trying to pit us against each other? Everyone, please, calm down. Everyone has their own secrets, right? And none of you hold the same position, I'm sure. There shouldn't be anything wrong with what I said. Although I hate to admit it, he is right. Seems like I'll have to go over all the clues I have so far again. Anything else? Yes, of course. Just don't think that I'm trying to cause any trouble with the following information. We'll see. According to the current clues, Big Boss and the Union are working together. It may be necessary to question Big Boss's identity as a good person. We've been questioning it for this whole case. At the same time, the people from the Union somehow found out about Big Boss's death. So they rounded up the gang and surrounded the Lee Hotel. They seem to have some kind of secretive agenda. Everyone, it is all up to you whether you're able to make it through this stage and find the real murderer. Why does it feel even more complicated after hearing his summary? I feel the same way. Maybe the closer we are to the truth, the more unclear things become. As long as we discover a breakthrough, we will be able to sort everything out. What is really going on? Okay, I should get going. Do your best in the final phase. Well, that's a cliffhanger. We're gonna have to do a cliffhanger. Maybe, I don't know. The end for now. Oh, whoops. You and your gender, yeah. Yeah, rage. Well, I guess we're going back into phase 4 very quickly. I didn't even have to do anything. Bang, bang, bang. Several shots ring outside the hotel lobby. In an instant, the once lively lobby falls silent. What? Following the sources of the sound, you see a man with his hands in his pockets enter the lobby. He stands in the center of the lobby. A large group of people follow him in. Judging by their clothes, they are all members of the same organization. What are they doing surrounding the hotel? The Union? It must be. What is the Union doing here? We can't let our guard down. Whoa, top hat dude? Who's in charge here? As soon as the man opened his mouth, whoa, sorry. The guests and hotel staff in the lobby all step back consciously. It makes you, who remain standing still, seem out of place. I am. Are you here for Big Boss? The man doesn't respond to you immediately, but strokes the brim of his hat slowly. Our boss is a bit anxious and asked me to check on the situation. Oh, by the way, I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Cole, secretary to Big Boss, Boss Yang of the Union. Well, that's strange. Isn't Officer Biggs in charge of the investigation into Big Boss's death? Say, isn't the Union a little out of its depth here? Marius laughs, speaking before you. Secretary, go, right? You live up to your reputation. Despite this sharp mockery, the expression on Secretary Go's face shows no sign of anger. He stares at Marius, then bows slightly as if the person who fired the shots outside was not him. Well, we didn't want to come, but the police in this town are so slow and incompetent that they still haven't found the real murder after all this time. It's really worrying. What's more, recently there have been rumors in the town that the Union was involved. Since we're getting dragged into this, we have a right to come ask about the situation, right, President Von Hagen? What amazing acting. That line is really irritating. What do you want? Nothing really. If the police can't produce any results, the union is happy to offer its assistance. By that you mean the union wants to get involved. Is that a problem? Yes, you might do something shady, like muddy up the evidence or like steal evidence. No, but that would not be wise. How could we bother with you? Wait, how could we bother you with a matter regarding the Big Boss Trading Company? Vin glances back, but Manager Duan cowers behind the hotel receptionist, not daring to make a sound. I don't like you, Manager Duan. It is Luke who steps forward, raising the camera prop in his hands to take a photo of Secretary Guo. The sound of a shutter causes everyone's attention to focus on him. Oh, you see there's no light in his eyes, he's serious. Secretary Guo, the fanfare with which the union surrounded the Li Hotel, seems like a violation of this town's regulations, right? If you don't mind, I'll put it all in tomorrow's news. Oh, go girl. Hey brat, you may have the guts to write an article, but does your news agency have the guts to publish it? Oh, shit. Of course, why wouldn't they? Please look forward to tomorrow's headlines, Secretary Guo. Luke's comments leave Secretary Guo somewhat speechless. Perhaps in this town there's some unspoken rule about the union. Big balls, yeah. Definitely. You got some big balls. But evidently, that rule doesn't apply to any of you. Secretary Guo, thank you for your offer. But if the union wants to help the police investigate this matter, shouldn't you run that by Officer Biggs? Yeah. There's no need for that. You guys may not know it, but something happened at the mines outside of this town, and the police have mobilized almost their entire department. Well, that Biggs, Detective Biggs, I don't know, guy doesn't have the time for the likes of you. I see. What? Officer Biggs? No, wait. The entire police department has been mobilized to the outskirts? Something seems suspicious. Why are they out there instead of like here? That means we won't be able to contact the police in the meantime and have to deal with the union ourselves. No wonder you lot surrounded the hotel so aggressively. Turns out the police are occupied elsewhere, as usual. Aren't you all bullying honest citizens? There's no shortage of people who are bullied by the union. It's not news to anyone in this town, President Von Hagen. How is this bullying? I said it just now. The union is offering its assistance to help find the real murderer as soon as possible. Sus. Secretary Guo retains the fearless expression on his face. They just had to come check on the situation when the police aren't around, and even surrounded the hotel. Clearly, they have another motive. I understand. The union wants us to give an answer as soon as possible. Who is the real murderer, and does that person have anything to do with the union? Is that it? Precisely. Sorry, as of right now we can't... Yes, I will give you an answer. What? Vin, what are you doing? That's right, we will investigate this matter as soon as possible. Eh? Vin and Artem's words cause you to swallow the second half of your sentence. We can't give you an answer. You don't quite understand and look blankly at the people around you. But none of them are looking at you. On the other side, Marius can't help but play devil's advocate. Why bother about him? Do you people from Big Boss's trading company not have a backbone? You guys can tolerate his nonsense, but I won't. The Big Boss trading company will get to the bottom of this. In that case, when we have reached to a conclusion, it's also responsible for us to take the initiative to inform the public. At this moment, Artem throws you a glance, a calm expression in his eyes. That look, did Consultant Wing find something? We have already made some discoveries and we need an outsider witness. Vin echoes what Artem said. His face also had the same meaningful look. Well, if the people from this trading company says so, then we're just going to have to play along. It seems Luke had also received Vin's signal, calmly changing his statement. Secretary Gore's gaze scans the faces of everyone in your group, one by one. When your gaze meets his, a shiver runs down your spine. I'll remember those words and relay them back to Boss Yang. I hope you really can give the Union a clear answer. Truth comes to light. I guess that's phase 4. The sound of crackling static can be heard again. Oh. Are you ready for the final round of puzzles? Hell yeah, I am. Maybe for our next stream. But yeah, I'm ready. I have carefully selected the questions this time. You better be ready. Who knows? You might get some insight into something. Big brain. Yeah. Phase 4. What are the questions? What is Boss Lee's relationship with Boss Yang? Oh. I hope Uncle Lee isn't also a traitor. How did Big Boss use his identity for profit? What is Interpreter Richter's real identity? What is the relationship between journalist Pierce and the little boss? Why is President Von Hagen concerned about the relief hospital? Why did Consultant Wing keep hidden? What did Consultant Wing keep hidden? Oh, that one's interesting too. Okay. Well, what is the meaning of life? I'll tell you. Yeah, that's the meaning of life. That's the meaning of life. Streams end. That's what the meaning of life is. Let's see. So, yeah, phase 4 is already opened. And I guess we'll do that next stream. Tomorrow, I will not stream at all. Because I noticed my voice is cracking. And I do need to take a break. I do need to take a break. And also figure out how to legally emulate DS games. Yeah, get some rest. I need that. But I am cooking something up. I have to figure out how to make emulation work. Maybe I can play some DS games or 3DS games. Maybe I could. Do you think the Pokemon company not gonna ban me or something if I do Pokemon Rangers? Nintendogs? I think I gave away my original Nintendogs, but I do have Nintendogs plus cats. I only played it for a little while, and I need to get my Nintendogs back. Damn. Yeah, I noticed I have like a lot of DS games that I used to have and now they're gone. One of them was like Super Princess Peach. What was the other one? The original Style Savvy. There was this one, Super Mario. The one that there was the big mushroom and the small mushroom power. I think I gave that away too. And my Nintendogs. My precious Nintendogs. But yeah, I'll try and figure that out. Hopefully it's legal. Like I read that I have to like rip or like dump the cartridge onto an SD card and then put it into an emulator. So I'll try and figure that out so we can legally play. Legally, I hope it's legally. Yeah, so that's about it. Oh my god, my throat, my voice. That's about it for today. Thank you for chatting and watching. Thank you for a great stream. Thank you for hanging out as usual. You're becoming a regular. Rest, yeah. So thank you for becoming my regular. My one and only regular. Anyway, that's about it. So have good dreams. Have a good rest of your night. And yeah, sleep well. And no problem. Now can I get a number 9? What's a number 9? What? What's a number 9? Huh? You know, the regular meal. Okay. So that would be a burger with some fries. And you want to shake with that? Or like a drink? You should already know by now. Shake my head. Whatever. What? Stop banging the table. What? Anyway. Otsubaku. I need a... Where is this thing? Okay, here. Yes, and that will be on the house. Okay. On the house. Yeah, stay baku, everyone. Otsubaku. Oyasumi. Oh, that crap. Yeah, bye-bye.